What's up guys? Welcome to yung ating second episode of Lirikwento, and today's topic we'll be talking about band culture dito sa Pilipinas.
Kwento mo
Kwento mo
Kwento mo
sa Lirikwento.
Si Alex may tanong daw siya sa
Ayan.
atin.
So, I'm thinking na both of you alam nyo naman yung avatar. So, here's my question. If
Hindi ko
any
alam.
one of you could be an avatar character, who would you be?
Si ano mo yun, si Mijon, alam ko ano yan like addict yan sa Avatar.
Actually, speaking of Avatar, I'm wearing like an Earthbender shirt right
Oo
now.
nga
If you
no?
can see.
Oo nga no? Si Toph Mijon.
Diyos ko. Well, Toph is a Taurus, so... Hindi,
Ano?
very Taurus energy si Toph. Pero I think if I were to be, we're talking about The Last Airbender, right? Not Legend of Korra.
Yeah. Atla.
Okay, sa Atla, siguro I wanna be Aang. I wanna try being bald.
The bold monk.
And be bald and powerful and have these tattoos all over my body that glow up when I'm mad.
Understandable.
Ayun, it's either Aang or Katara kasi when I rewatched Atla, I realized how powerful Katara is with her blood bending and like how she makes waves so that Fire Nation ships get out of their way. It's parang, oh my God, lakas nitong babaeng to.
Every time you rewatch Atla kasi talagang may bago kang marirealize ang series na
Oo.
yun.
True. O,
Ay.
ikaw naman, Shawn.
Ako ako yung moonfish girl.
Oh,
Para patayin
yeah.
na ako. Joke lang. Spoilers ka pala. Spoilers ka pala pag di pa napanood. Hindi.
Moonfish girl, her name's Yue.
Sorry. Hindi. The real answer is I want to be Suki.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh.
Understandable.
Okay? Kasi, first of all, sana all. Pangalawa, strong independent character. She's really good at martial arts. She wears the traditional thing. Ang cool kaya nun.
Oo, yung Kyoshi Warrior.
Yeah, yung Kyoshi Warrior shit. Kaya gusto ko
Kwento, geeking out on Atla. Ganun.
Yeah. I mean, ako,
Ito, apa ang sagot nito eh. Joke lang.
Personally, I would like to be Azula. Kasi, in all of the character development sa Atla, yung character development ni Azula nag-peak doon sa after nung series, sa comics, na continuation nung Atla series. And sobrang ganda nung kwento doon kasi hinanap nila yung nanay ni Zuko. Spoilers para sa hindi nagbasa ng comics. So, ayun.
Poser tayo.
Sobrang interesting nung kwento ni Azula dun sa comics eh. Kaya feeling ko magandang character siya sa after nung series kasi aside from being a douchebag dun sa buong series, marirealize mo kung bakit siya ganun after nung series eh.
Oh, that's interesting. Where can you find yung mga Atla comics? Do you have like a physical copy?
Wala akong physical copy. I actually just read.
Illegal.
Meron ako,
Busted!
may site ako na pinupuntahan para magbasa ng comics. Marvel, DC, anything. Nandun ako nagbabasa. So, I'll send later.
Pasend ng link pagkatapos.
Mamaya.
Ay, wala akong... If nanonood yung mga may-ari ng mga copyright niyan, hindi ako kasama dito.
Hindi ako.
Meron akong theory, right? Since yung topic natin is about band culture in the Philippines. Like how bands become the predominant musical artists in a country. For example, sa atin, ang daming bands sa atin, di ba? Makakailang yung mga indie bands pa lang ang dami na. Well, I think it starts in the school. Kung yung culture ng music sa school ninyo is palaging nagpe-perform is a band, and like very common to sa amin, like sa amin kasi like sa all boys school namin laging may band. The band always had a gig or like lagi silang may tugtog pag may ganap sa school or di kaya may pupuntahan sa labas. Oy, mag-practice kayo ng song. Tara pa, tayo, Drag Me Down by One Direction, mga ganun. And mga ganun yung tugtugan nila. And then there's always the battle of the bands, 'di ba? Laging may
Mm.
ganyan. We'll get back to that later. Pero isipin mo, 'di ba? Like every event, who was usually performing? Pag merong ex school's got talent, 'di ba?
Mm.
'Di ba madalas may band dun. There's
My
always
band.
gonna be a band. So I think that's where it starts. Another example na hindi Pilipinas. Think about Japan. Yung music clubs nila madalas band din. So meron ka ng mga light music club, heavy music
Mm.
club and all that. And they're all
Oh.
just bands, 'di ba? So that's why yung predominant culture ng musical artists sa Japan is mga bands. That's why naririnig mo mga kanta nila, it always has yung traditional guitars, drums, and yung rock vocals and all that. Pero like, meron pa rin sila nung pop stuff, yung mga
Mm.
AKB48, I love you guys. Pero madami sa kanila ganun.
Mm.
Ayun. So what do you guys think? Parang plausible ba yung theory na yun? Tingin niyo ba?
I think dito naman sa atin, it's highly likely na it's either from high school yan nagsa-start, or like other people sa college, I think. Pero kasi a lot of people start getting into music sa high school pa lang. Kasi if anyone has had my experience with music sa school, yung
Mhm.
way of teaching music dun sa school namin, parang it's like you learn the idea of music pero hindi mo talaga alam kung bakit siya music. Like,
Mm.
tinuturo sa inyo classical music along history, pinapakanta sa inyo yung mga songs na nasa libro, if ever meron, para parang bukid, gano'n. And it's like, you sing, pero hindi mo alam kung bakit, and hindi mo naiintindihan kung paano basahin yung notes. That's it. Hindi mo alam kung paano basahin kung ano yung meanings ng stuff and everything. So, ganun yung music namin, and really, hindi ko nagustuhan yun. So, kami nung mga kaklase ko, pagdating ng high school, nagdadala ng gitara, tapos natututo kung paano tumugtog. That's it.
Mhm.
Tapos, ayun, since Catholic school, nagpapatugtog sa choir din sa church. So, I'm like, sanay din ako doon. Tapos pagdating sa mga, let's say, hindi naman necessarily music fest, pero merong foundation week na minsan nagpapatugtog sila as a band. Kung hindi band, as solo artist na may ano lang, backup instruments. Tapos
Mhm.
ayun, yung Battle of the Bands nga, actually, ang daming experience doon regarding sa high school.
Share ko lang na parang my school was kind of the opposite. It was like
Really?
kilala niyo ba si Victor Wooten? Parang ganun yung ano eh. It's like they teach music as a language rather than as something part of the curriculum. So
Mm.
they really for example, I had a bass class there. We could also choose what kind of instrument we would want in this certain phase of our lives. But kasi it's just a new and recent ano ba, add-on kasi noon like parang grade 7 kailangan matuto ka maggitara ganyan ganyan. But they realized that didn't work. So when we were like almost senior high, we got to choose what instrument we would want. Parang vocals, piano, ganyan ganyan, bass, and no judgment at all. Even if you don't have equipment, you can choose whatever you want. So I went with bass.
Mm.
And I'd say the teacher was really good kasi parang he would teach us how to feel the music rather than just sticking with the technique, which is great. Tas may isa
Mm.
pa sa earth music naman. That was my second choice, earth music. Ano siya yung teacher namin was part of Pinikpikan. You guys know
Mm.
Pinikpikan. It's like an earth music Filipino that tours around the world noon. And then yeah, siya yung ama ni siya yung tatay ni Kuya Jazz Dufort.
Mm.
Ayan, yan. That's why ang galing nila, they teach you the feeling first
Mm.
rather than the techniques or the rules. Parang ganon.
I wish we had that kasi that would be amazing. All I got from sa music classes namin before was kilala ko yung mga classical musicians, si Mozart, Bach.
Mozart.
Yeah.
Si Nostradamus.
I mean, kil- I I know who they are, pero hindi ko alam kung paano tugtugin yung music nila. And I was so sad kasi alam ko lang yung stereotypical Fear Elise na music.
Mhm.
Every time na
Mm.
narinig ko yun. So, parang I really wish that we had proper music classes. Kasi yung mga clubs din namin hindi ganun kaano sa music eh. May drum and lyre, tapos may choir club, pero hindi sila specifically in tune sa teaching music talaga.
Mm.
Yung school namin pala, they parang weird eh. Parang opposite din nung kay Mijon. Yung opposite ng opposite ni Mijon. Tama
Okay.
ba? It's like, nung elementary kami, we had an amazing music teacher who actually taught us instruments. So like, hindi siya, pati paano magbasa ng notes and how to read rests and all that, yung mga sheet music, paano magbilang yung time signature, all that, how to form chords, ganyan. And then meron siyang mga tests and tests and all that. Kaso para siyang yung teacher sa para siyang yung conductor sa Whiplash.
Mm,
Para siyang ganun. But like,
okay.
syempre, hindi siya namamato. Hindi siya namamato ng upuan. Na ano lang siya. Pero like, nagmumura siya. Nagmumura siya. Nung grade 6 kasi, she taught us guitar. And
Mhm.
luckily ako, like, before nangyari yun, I was already learning na. I was trying to learn how to play guitar na. So I didn't have a hard time. So okay lang ako sa kanya. Pero yung iba, grabe. Nakakatakot. Minumura niya. Come on, just play A. Tapos, I'm leaving on a jet plane. Tapos, iyak na sila. Tapos, ang sakit sa daliri. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. Buti na lang nagpa-practice ako.
Uh,
Ah,
oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
gosh.
gosh.
Ngayon
Just
wala na, wala na yung teacher na yun, pati yung isa pa. There's another one, yung band director. Ang galing nila kasi they go and compete yung mga choral competitions and all. And then yung band namin nananalo sila sa mga Battle of the Bands and all. Ang galing,
wow.
sayang kasi umalis sila. Because obviously, public schools pay more than private schools.
Mm,
Yung mga
Mm.
teachers nila.
yeah.
So, they had to go since, syempre, kailangan eh. So, malungkot. Ang nangyari, it ended up na we were learning yung things na inaaral ni Alex. Yung for Elise,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, no. Can we go back? Can we go back to the way we were?
Eh,
Well, to ponder on that subject, siguro okay lang naman ang mga for Elise. I guess it's because we don't know why they're teaching these things to us,
mm,
or we don't know the significance yet, because first of all, we're kids, and people need to teach us what the significance. Parang, why are we learning about this for Elise if I can't even play it, diba? Parang you can say, oh, because for Elise was an iconic piece na ganito ganyan, and it'll actually help you ganyan. If people could just sit down and talk to us about it, maybe we'll
Yeah.
I
or
mean,
parang
Imbe,
iba
parang,
yung
anong tawag yun?
mindset. Oo.
mm,
Oh, parang memorization kasi siya eh. Parang, for release, sino yun? Sino ulit yun? And then nandun
For
ka sa
Elise,
tabi.
nino 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 nino.
I mean, I mean now, have a, when I was trying to learn it on the piano, I realized that it's really a good piece to learn kapag nagsa-start off ka pa lang sa piano, or in general starting to learn music, kasi it has all of the structure na kailangan mo para matuto with everything else. Like yung 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 tempo, and yung bass, and then yung rhythm of the song na kukuha mo dun sa release, and it all makes sense na. Pero I just wish that they actually taught how to play it, instead of like teaching lang yung kung sino yung nag-compose, when it was composed, uh, para kanino ikinompose. It's kaya tawag Pure Elise kasi it was basically for Elise, someone that the composer, like nakalimutan ko kung sino yung nag-compose, ang daming
Kala ko
composer.
furry.
No, no.
Di ba si
Ayun.
Beethoven, si for Elise.
Beethoven. Ayun.
Yeah.
Apa ba?
Tama.
Ayun.
Plus 1 point.
My star stamp.
May star stamp ka. Dapat pala may ganyan tayo. Okay, next time dapat may stamp tayo. Okay. Give yourself a
Ayun.
star, tapos gaganon tayo. Tapos gaganon.
Going to the idea of Battle of the Bands, ang dami namin experience diyan nung high school
Mhm.
ako. I remember ang go-to na song tinugtog ng grade namin nung high school para sa Battle of the Bands ay none other than Magbalik ng Kalya Lili.
Legendary.
Like,
We're not gonna argue. Legendary, ano yun, legendary
like
song na yun sa
every
Pinas.
time na nasa classroom, maririnig mo pagpasok mo may dalang gitara, tutugtugin niya yung intro ng Magbalik. That's it. Yun yung naaalala ko nung, I think, first year, grade 7 ko nun. And it's like, yeah, I understand that it's a good song. It's a legendary song na ang daming mga high school students alam. Pero ang dami rin kasing ibang songs that could really be used sa Battle of the Bands na makakapag-jive talaga. Hindi lang necessarily para manalo kayo, pero yung talagang maganda yung vibe para sa Battle of the Bands. Personally, right now, I think sobrang overrated pa rin ng Magbalik as a song. Hindi na, para sa akin, personally lang. Ayun.
I mean, but it's still legendary though.
Yeah. Legendary pa rin.
Oo.
I won't argue that it's legendary.
Siguro it's overplayed kasi parang
Yeah, oh my
when you
gosh.
hear the first note, parang ayan na. Tapos, oh no, ayan na.
Pag di ba sa US meron silang songs banned sa mga guitar stores, sa mga guitar centers. Yung yun, Stairway to Heaven, pati
Yeah.
035 kung alam niyo yung sinasabi ko, 035. Dito yung Magbalik yata yung band eh. Tapos I think recently, feeling ko Mundo is also going to be one of those. Oh my goodness.
It's either, feeling ko it's either Mundo or ano yung Buwan kay JK Labao.
Pwede din Buwan. That's another one. Oh gosh.
Yun yung nasa iniisip kong parang stereotypical na papatugtugin anywhere kasi napaka-controversial ng dalawa.
Yeah,
Before we get to the whole Battle of the Band story, gusto ko lang magtanong. Like, what song do you think is parang instant win na ng Battle of the Bands pag tinugtog nyo?
Oh.
Tingin nyo.
It depends on how relevant the song is during that time.
I
So
think.
pag, for example, siguro ngayon, I don't know. I don't know what's siguro yung yung mga Ben and Ben.
Yeah.
Right? Ben and Ben songs are very iconic nowadays. And I guess if you play one of those na parang decently, you're gonna go, ay, okay, semi-finalist.
Yeah. And I feel ang instant win ay any song naman as long as you do it in your own rendition as a band. Like a lot of songs can be made better by just doing it the way you want to do it. Like yung hindi ko maalala kung One Day ba yun. Like they did One Day with a very good rendition on making a guitar solo part, and then yung part na they want everyone else to sing in the audience with One Day.
Oh,
That's
that's genius though.
ang amazing nung rendition nila. Kaya nanalo sila yung sa Battle of the Bands namin. I really think that if you make the song your own, maganda talaga yung Kasi ganun din yung ginawa namin sa anong song yun ng Paramore? What was it?
Sing it.
Still Into You.
Ay, naks.
Ginawa ng kaibigan ko yun ng ad-lib in the middle of the song. Tapos pinasok namin yun sa loob ng song. Ang ganda ng tunog. Ay, memorize ko pa nga yung ad-lib na yun eh. Kasi ang ganda talaga.
Just owning yung song. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a surefire way of winning it. Like,
And
kasi
siguro,
you didn't
yeah,
just
go
play
ahead.
the song eh. Like you arranged it in your own way, 'di ba? Kaya
Yep.
parang may different ano siya. May
Mm.
different na
Yeah.
dating.
If you perform your song and not just sing or play the instrument, if you perform, then I think that's a big plus.
Yep.
Pagdating sa Battle of the Bands. Ayun. I have this story tungkol sa Battle of the Bands. Kasi,
Sige.
I used to be in a band. Well, I still am. I have a band in my solo artist MM. And pero before we were called like something Schwahos backflips because there's this guy named Joshua in our in our band,
Okay.
and
Then Schwako.
sobrang last minute yung sabi, okay, Schwahos backflips, and we're like, okay, sige, yun na lang para sa competition
Meron
natin.
din akong
So,
similar na kwento. Yung isang banda namin. Like, nag-iisip lang kami ng band name kasi kailangan na mag-submit. And
mhm.
like, sobrang ano na kami. And then nakita namin sa bulletin board, Birthday Corner. yun, yun na yung
Okay.
pangalan ng, yun na yung pangalan ng
Okay.
band. Birthday.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yun lang.
it's
Share ko
okay.
lang. I
Okay.
kinda like it nga eh.
Tapos, I was high school and my bandmates were college na. I was the youngest in the band and the only girl sa band kasi yung boys sa batch ko kasi they were into rock.
Mm.
I had another band with them pero this band was going through competition. So, I tried out with them and then yung genre namin na ginawa, jazz fusion. Tapos, yung fair, AA fair.
Okay.
So, we were at first we were pissed na parang hindi kami na pumunta sa semifinals. Tapos tinalo kami ng taong naglaro ng mundo at buwan na nasa ukulele. And then we were like, ay hindi, it's our fault din. Kasi jazz fusion yung ginawa namin. Mali ang audience natin. Tapos sabi, ay, oh my God, oo nga, no? So
Mm.
yeah, if we go to, siguro, advice na lang din sa mga taong nakikinig, know your market and know your audience. Kasi, they were all like, my friend was doing like some Cory Wong really nice riffs and he was going the stank face and people were laughing at him because
oh my God.
yeah, and it wasn't that good. People thought it wasn't that good. It was messy daw, but
Mm.
like ayun, that was my story sa
Okay.
Battle of the Bands. Kaya hindi na ako nagba-Battle of the Jokes.
Okay. Ako rin,
Mm.
yung story ko sa Battle of the Bands, kaya hindi na ako nagba-Battle of the Bands. Ay, basically, yun nga, yung nanalo yung may rendition sila ng One Day. It's because yung mga judges, wala talaga silang musical background. So, parang, it was a senseless
Mm.
competition kasi kung wala ring musical background yung judges, how would they judge the music na piniplay ng
Yeah,
mga
hindi sila
it's not
credible na ano,
it's
right?
not credible to be judges kung ganun, kung wala kayong well, I'm not saying that you should have a degree in
Yeah,
music
yeah.
conservatory, pero at least you should have an idea of kung ano man yung concept ng music para sa Battle of the Bands. Like, you should have an idea. You should know that
You should know like what clear playing is or consistency. Yung mga ganong
yeah,
bagay pag
yung mga
live
ganong bagay lang.
performance.
Mhm.
Kahit hindi ka may degree talaga sa music, you just need to know na yung performance level, yung way of playing ay maganda talaga. Hindi siya yung i-judge mo lang dahil nadala rin kayo sa crowd. That's like it. And aside from knowing your audience or your market, also know that kung ano man yung pinaka-komportable kayong tugtugin na mga songs, dun kayo tumugtog. Kasi sobrang kahit manalo kayo or hindi, mas magandang i-perform nyo the way you want it. Yung
Mm.
song na tutugtugin nyo kasi sobrang ganda nun. Mararamdaman din kasi ng audience nyo yun kung kayo mismo natutuwa i-perform yun eh.
That's right. I totally agree with that. Na parang if you don't like what you're playing, it will reflect on your performance, and even the audience would feel that.
Mm.
So tama na parang kahit hindi kayo manalo if ever, as long as you played what you like. Pero then again, you have to know the audience.
Yes.
Kasi
Yeah, true.
we played what we like, which is jazz fusion. Pero mali yung audience namin, which was yung mga as in high school kids that wanted yung mga relevant stuff, hindi yung mga
Yeah.
Jaco Pastorius yung Diyos ko. Ayun.
Ako meron din ako. Meron din akong kwento.
Go
But it's
ahead.
not yung band ko. It's not yung band ko. Kasi I think my band had a great time dun sa isang Battle of the Bands. Pero yung isa, ito, hindi ko na lang sila papangalanan. Pero they were getting into yung emo phase nila sa buhay. Yung mga kumakanta na sila ng Fall Out Boy and all that. And so they were like, tara, ano tayo, pare, tara, tugtog tayo, pare. Pare, tara, G, pare. Hindi, tara, tugtog tayo, form tayong band. So, it was like, tara kantahin natin yung yung sa Fallout Boy. And then hindi ko alam kung alam niyo yung kanta. It's called Thriller.
Yeah.
Basta by Fallout Boy siya.
Akala ko may
And
Michael Jackson.
hindi. Pero meron silang hindi ibang cover. Tama ba?
Anyway,
I
go
forgot.
go
Iba
ahead, go
yan.
ahead.
Yun. So they wanted to play that song. The problem is the guy who wants to play bass doesn't actually know how to play bass. The
Mhm.
person who's going to sing the vocals, hindi niya pala abot yung kanta. And then I think yung rhythm guitarist guy is okay. And then the drummer, siya yung drummer yung parang prodigy nila. Siya yung marunong talaga. Siya yung marunong
Mhm.
mag-drums and all. So what ended up happening is they learn from YouTube. And the
Okay.
thing is, the thing is, yung pag inaral mo sa YouTube, you don't like really know why you're pressing the notes. You just know that you should be pressing them.
Yeah.
So you go, so yung basis nila learns from YouTube. So and then the singer guy, yeah, I know the song. That's fine. So they walk up and they go to the battle of the bands. It's nighttime. You guys are up next. They're like, we don't have instruments. So okay, it's fine. We can lend you a bass. You have a guitar. There's a drum set because required naman may drum set pag may ganyan.
Mm.
And then the vocalist he grabs the mic. And then what happens is they start the song, right?
Mhm.
And then the vocalist, yung vocals niya is dying. It's dying at hindi niya abot yung kanta because apparently yung na-practice yata dun sa YouTube is not yung akala niya na gagawin
Lower
nila.
key ba? Ganon.
Baka
Yeah, I
lower
think.
key
Or like,
probably.
it's like dapat may capo or something. I forgot. Basta it was something like that. Like dapat mas ibang ibang key siya. So he's struggling, and then like halfway through the song, the bassist he strums a chord, and then yeah, he strums a chord. Pero it's okay. It's like a rock song. Madalas naman yun yung nagsistrum ng bass. But what happens is he breaks two strings. He breaks two strings on the bass.
On the bass! In the middle of the performance!
Yeah, in the middle of the performance. So he's like, "What am I gonna do? I did not. I don't know yung equivalent nito on the other strings. Kasi 'di ba madalas if you know how to play your instrument, you can just like move, 'di
Alright.
ba? You can just
Mm.
move. But this guy just learned it on YouTube. So he's there miming playing bass kasi he's like, "Oh, they probably won't hear me."
Oh
Pero rinig na rinig
no.
siya kasi ang lakas-lakas na ano. So like this guy's singing off key. This guy is not playing. And then like sa dulo ng kanta, nag final strum yung guitars nila. And then naputol din yung isang string ng guitarist. And it's like the whole stage was unraveling before my eyes. I was like, what is happening? Tuwag-tuwa ako. Ano nangyayari?
That's
And then
Gusto.
and then after that, they were like, you know what? Let's upload that to Facebook. And then sinilagay nila
Mm.
sa caption like parang not bad for a first time. And I was like, no. No, don't do that ever again. I'm sorry. Hindi ako nag-comment pero like I was thinking it to myself like, oh my goodness.
Oo.
Nakakahiya. It's like it's a battle. So you don't really
Oh, it
you
was
don't
a
really want to.
competition.
Yeah. You don't do these things. Pag like madalas pag battle of the bands, like you know how to
Damn.
play na. That's like the whole point. Like you're entering a
Mm-mm.
competition, pagalingan, but like these guys. Okay, whatever. Yun lang yung
Oo.
Mm.
ang laking tragedy na nangyari sa stage na yun. Talo pa yung Oedipus Rex. Oh my
I
god.
mean,
Wag, yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, it's because I think kaya nga sinabi mo nasa phase sila ng emo
Yeah.
phase. That's what pop culture does sa
The
music industry generally. People start bands in high school because of pop culture, yung idea na oh, baka sumikat tayo kapag
that's true
gumawa
though.
tayo ng band sa high school. A lot of people watching movies na may mga bands na tumutugtog sa high school, nagpe-play ng gigs, and then it cultivates that idea of starting indie music.
Mm.
Pero what uh people don't see is that you actually have to work hard para dun. Like if
Mhm.
you start a band, you need to commit to it. And if you really want to get better and you really want to make a name for yourself, you really have to commit to it. Hindi ka dapat nagpapaligoy-ligoy lang kasi it's like part of a
Mm-mm.
job. So you really have to commit to it.
Yeah, siguro pag during the early stages, it's okay to
It's to have fun if you want
yeah,
to do things. That's
right.
fine.
But in the long run, if you want it to work or if you want it to you really have to choose things carefully and be wise about your decisions and don't break two bass strings on stage.
Also, wag maging YouTube Andy, okay?
Yeah.
Don't just assume that YouTube is the answer, okay?
Personally,
Uh,
Oo.
I learned playing the guitar through YouTube, but
yeah.
I studied what the strings actually mean. Like,
Mhm.
inaral ako mismo, nag-experiment ako kung paano tumutugtog yung Kasi 'di ba usually you tune a guitar using yung ano to? Yung fifth fret on almost each string. I-play mo yung fifth
Mhm.
fret for strings para malaman mo yun. So, inalam ko kung bakit ginagawa yun. So, I thought, oh, magkatunog pala kasi yun. So, maybe magkakatunog yung ibang frets, di ba? So, ganun.
Yeah.
You have to, experiment as well para malaman mo kung paano tumugtog.
Mm.
Mhm. So in case maputulan ka ng dalawang bass string,
na, alam mo na kung anong gagawin mo.
yeah, alam mo na. Yung A meron din doon sa isang string. So doon na lang ako, 'di ba?
Well, that's high
Sabihin
school.
natin, yeah, like high school. And then after high school, sabihin natin tapos na yung emo phase nyo.
Mhm.
Eh di naaalala nyo na yun. And then you go to college. And sabihin natin sa college, you meet yung mga katropa mo and all. And you're like, oh, tara, pre, tara, ano tayo, chill bar tayo, pare, tara. And then you go to the bar with your pares, dude bro, pare chongs, right? And
Yeah.
so, you're like, oh pare, ano ba to? Puro EDM naman. Tara, doon na lang tayo sa bahay ni Eric or something. So you go to Eric's house, kung sino man si Eric. You go to Eric's house, and then ilalabas niya yung emperador. And then you're like, tara, like, let's play music. And ano ba yung music na maririnig mo? Di ba mga bands din naman yun, madalas?
Yep.
You don't listen to Moira De La Torre pag nagiinuman kayo. You listen to
Unless sawi kayo.
unless sawi ka. Pero may mga bands din na gumagawa nun. Like classic Beer, Itchy Worms.
Aha.
Yeah. You listen
Ano,
to
ang
that din pag sawi ka.
bandang lapis ata yung
You usually listen to those kinds of people, and like I mean, you kinda relate to them then, kasi it's this group of people coming together to make this song about something that they wrote, like something na nangyari sa buhay nila or something they've been inspired about. Tapos ikaw nandito, nakikinig ka sa parang product nung group na yun. So like parang bonding din siya. May
Hmm.
relationship between the listener
Mhm.
and the singer or yung performers, 'di ba?
Oh, since mag-question ulit tayo, let's take a break from all the music stuff and I wanna ask
Sige,
you guys,
sige.
anong paborito yung drink?
Kayo muna. Si Alex muna, si Alex muna.
Okay. So, I really don't drink. that much. I have a problem with drinking kasi every time na umiinom, sobrang hindi ko kaya yung ano, yung feeling na mababa yung alcohol sa lalamunan ko. I'm like, yeah, hindi ako
Mm.
sanay sa pag-inom. Like, nasusuka ako. So, I guess kung ano man yung favorite drink ko, it's probably a vodka mud shake. So,
Hmm.
basically vodka and chocolate kasi yun lang yung inumin na talagang na-cater yung taste ko. Wala akong ibang drink na gusto maliban dun.
Oh, okay. Ikaw, Sean.
Okay, ito yung sagot ko. Dalawa.
Oh, dalawa.
Dalawa.
Naku. Exposed na po siya. De joke.
Yung isa, Pepsi. Yung pangalawa, tubig.
Hindi na.
I don't drink. Pero ano kasi, I think it's more of the same reason kay Alex. I just don't like the taste. Kasi I drink una because I need to live. But pangalawa, because I want it to taste good. I want to feel something good sa tangko. So nandun ako sa mga tropa ko pag nagiinom-inom sila. Ako lang yung naguubos ng chaser nila. Tapos nung isang swimming, nag-MP sila. Tapos tubig lang yung chaser nila. Tapos ako, I'm here like, dalawa yung hawak kong baso, pareho tubig. Tapos ginagawa kong chaser sa tubig. yung tubig din. So, umiinom akong ganun. Dalawang tubig.
Ay,
Yun lang.
drink your
Pero
water.
I do try to drink minsan. That's why like I know na I don't really like drinking.
Mm.
Kasi like every now and then I take a shot of soju and I'm like, nope. Parang monthly or quarterly reminder na that you're not na
Yeah,
na
I mean,
parang ganun siya.
Yeah,
like,
no.
every time na
Oo.
may inuman sa birthday, I'm like, yeah, I'll take a shot pero not more than one kasi ayoko talaga ng
Ah.
lasa. Yung feeling na parang nahihilo na ako kagad. Kasi I really had a bad experience sa Alfonso Light yata yun. We drank 2
Ooh.
bottles of that. Tapos, by night,
Palpitate.
nagsusuka ako. Tapos habang naliligo ako para pampawala ng amats, nakatulog ako sa banyo.
Yes.
That's
Oh
what
my
happened.
goodness.
Then, the next morning, nagising na lang ako. Lumipat na pala ako ng sopa kasi tumayo ako para lumipat ng sopa. Tapos nagsusuka ako sa basurahan.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
goodness.
that was the worst experience ever. Kaya ayoko maulit yun.
What
Yeah.
about you, Mijon?
Well, same with you guys. Well, kasi yeah, I
Wow.
started drinking lang nung college. And I'm fairly young. So I don't drink a lot. Um so siguro yung pinaka memorable para sa akin yung kamikaze sa TK. Ayoko din ng mga yung beer na parang sobrang sa tongue.
Oo.
Sobrang
Ang ano talaga.
diba? It's like you're there to enjoy, right? And
Yep.
why not you let your I don't know, you let your taste buds enjoy it too.
Yep.
Diba? Parang I don't think it's worth for me. My opinion lang. Parang I don't think it's worth drinking beer and having fun kasi parang I don't think I'll have fun. Kasi
Mm.
parang yeah, now off yung taste buds ko. Ayun.
Also, perks pag ikaw yung nagtatanong ng mga malalalim na tanong pag and
Oo,
sumasagot
kapag hindi
naman
kami,
sila.
exactly.
Oo.
Ikaw
Yun
yung
yung
may
maganda.
option para makapagtanong. Ikaw yung nakakaisip
Yeah.
na matino eh.
Oo.
Ayun.
Oo,
So,
that's true. Tas ano pala, for example, nasa hindi naman club. Kasi usually pag club tas inuman EDM yung mga
EDM
ano
yung
no.
kasabay mo dun.
Pag mga let's see, siguro yung mga house resto bars parang ganon.
Yeah.
Ano yung usually piniplay during inuman or like during mga happy hours? Alam mo
Ayan.
yun, yung mga ayun,
Ako,
So
what
far,
usually is played in your experiences?
I've never been to a resto bar pero ang nasa isip ko every time na nakakarinig ako ng resto bar, ang tutugtog diyan ay either Eraserheads, probably Itchy Worms,
Mhm.
yung
ano pa ba?
yung experience ko is just like acoustic guitar covers of
Yeah,
yung mga kanta na yun.
Oo.
acoustic. Tapos hindi nawawala yung parokya ni Edgar kasi parokya ni Edgar
Yeah.
personally would be like yung pinaka naririnig ko sa mga ganong
Yeah, that's true.
settings. Yun.
Well, ako naman, like, usually, pag inuman, yung mga iconic songs, usually they're bands. Yung mga rock din. Minsan,
Ah.
Paramore, Panic, at the
Mm.
Disco. Pero minsan din, it's like solo artists, like Taylor Swift. Tapos makikita mo yung mga mamang-mamang tao, we were both young. Gumaganon sila. And it's like, it's such a wonderful experience siguro pagdating sa inuman culture dito sa Philippines, na parang kahit hindi mo kilala yung tao, or like if you have the sense of unity or like connection with people, if you sing the same song and you like vibe
Ah.
together with it, parang
Kahit di mo kakilala yung tao, makikilala mo yan mamaya.
oo.
Like, di ba, in a bar, you drink with EDM music. What you usually do para uminom ka dun, you get a one night stand. Di ba? You're in there to find someone to have fun with. Generally,
Mhm.
yun yung nasa isip ko sa pop culture setting ng kapag nasa bar ka,
Sorry.
'di ba? Pero when you're in a tawag dito, when you're in a reservoir or when you're where you're somewhere drinking with the band playing in the background, you're there to actually have fun with a lot of people. You don't do
Mhm.
those things para lang makakuha ka ng one night stand. You don't do those things para may kafling ka. That's not it. That's not how you do it in that setting. You're just there to have fun.
Pero of course, it depends on the person whether or not
Yeah.
he wants to have fun with someone, or if just wants to go to an EDM, to a club just to listen to the music, or to the yeah, tama. Tas tama yung tama yung sinabi mo, Alex. Ayoko na
Ayoko
mag-explain.
na mag-ano eh. It's like,
And then, di
the
ba
first...
kasi, I think he's saying if you go to the bar to meet people, but sa resto bar, you go there with people you already know. Parang
Yeah,
ganun.
Mhm.
you have a
Yeah.
group to go with. Pero kasi sa bar, I'm not saying that anyone who goes to a bar is basically looking for a
Oh.
night of fun. They're just there either solo flying it just because they want to drink. Kasi iinom lang sila. Pero a lot of people do that to get over a breakup, to have fun with different people. Uh that's something that a lot of people do on my experience. Pero kapag may
Mhm.
friends ka sa bar, you don't do that kasi hindi naman siya. It's like, no, we're having fun as friends, so don't do that.
Oo.
Pinirik na naman ako, pare. Ayoko na. Ganun.
Diyos ko, do you know that meme? Uy, pare, bigay, kita ka dito. Diyos ko.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Oh.
Anyway, let's move on. Oh, 'di ba, inuman culture, you're in college and all that stuff. You can hear all these bands and you're exposed to all these types of music during inuman. What about actual festivals? What is the culture here in the Philippines from your experiences? What is the culture ng festivals dito?
Yeah. So, headlining palaging banda.
Mm-hmm.
We're,
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about headlines. You're gonna see parokya ni Edgar, Ben and Ben, Four of Spades, Mooney
Uh,
Mooney. You're gonna see Six Cycle Mind. Everyone that's gonna be playing last will be a band that you might have heard of or you already know of.
Mhm.
Kaya, yeah, bands are like huge pag festivals dito. Like sabihin natin, okay, compare natin sa ibang bansa. Coachella, that's a big music festival. Pero how many of those people are bands?
Hmm. Yeah,
Or or meaning, how many of those
Or
people are
like how
known
many
as
of
a
the
band?
are
yeah.
known as a band, or like sabihin natin yung main artist ba is like the band, right?
Mm.
Like are the
Mhm.
people is the main person on stage a band? When you see kung sino nag-headline ng Coachella, sino madalas yun?
Uh,
Beyonce, uh,
yeah.
Ariana Grande, uh, I don't know, Blackpink.
No, hindi.
Hindi ko din
Ano,
alam eh.
for
Hindi ko din
Coachella, I
alam.
think ang huling nag-headline dun si Billie Eilish.
Yeah, see? That's
I think.
another
I think,
artist na ano yung kapatid niya, producer niya, 'di ba? Si
yeah.
Phineas.
It's like,
Oo.
uh, I think it's part of the idea that a lot of the festivals in other countries are like catering to a specific genre and audience, and also a specific kind of part of the spectrum of music. Kasi kapag festival, di ba, inisip natin masaya, maraming maraming tao nag-enjoy, tapos yung music ay something that you can relate to. And a lot of bands here sa atin produce music that a lot of people relate to. Kaya generally yun yung mag-headline. Kasi yung mga solo artists natin, usually they just play their own concerts para yung mga people na nakikinig sa kanila ay yun talaga yung pupuntahan nila. That's how I think our festivals are set up
Mhm.
para dito sa
But then if
Philippines.
you think about it, ano, like even yung sinasabi ko like sa Coachella,
Mm.
like even then, pag live show na, madalas mapapansin mo may like may mga band na sila, 'di ba?
Mm.
'Di ba? Like they change the way they play the music dun sa live show.
Mm.
Maybe festivals are just known not to be this very parang band thing, right? Like bands
Mm.
are a must na. And I think it's more of this making music with a lot of people together. Kasi dito sa sabihin natin sa festivals, you get a lot of singing together to the lyrics of this song that you know. You get a lot of oh my gosh, Chito, please. And then, yung mga- tapos ayun nga, sabihin natin I also think like ano, like if you want something to sound like epic or very wide or very huge, you have to give up yung sabihin natin yung synths mo dun sa kanta or I mean you can have the synths but there's nothing better than having that live violin orchestra playing with you dun sa ano or di kaya yung yung heavy electric guitar riff na nagpe-play
Y-
or
yeah.
yung heavy metal drums na nandun ginagawa ng rendition ng kanta mo ng something about you.
Yeah.
Di ba?
On
So,
on a side, that's what I like about mayonnaise.
uh,
Yung specific way nila na ginagawa sa live kapag tumutugtog sila ng Jopay. Yun yung pinakagusto kong live performances. Kasi they actually do a mashup of a lot of songs para sa Jopay kasi katunog na katunog. And it's amazing.
Mhm.
Hindi ko maalala
yung Jopay may
kung anong mix yun eh. Basta sa live performances, they do that and it's really good.
also yung potential pala na pag festivals no like the artists that know each other dun they
Yeah.
meet each other on stage like dun like may papasok bigla or something. I don't know if that yun yung case nung ano nung Itchy Worms and Eli Buendia nung isang year sa UP Fair. I
Um,
don't remember. I
and
think I don't know if ganun yung nangyari.
hindi
But
sila same day nag-perform eh, if I remember. Kasi ang nangyari doon, si Ellie Buendia nag-perform siya on a Tuesday? On Tuesday yata yon. Tapos nag-perform ang hindi tama. Itchy Worms and Ellie Buendia, Tuesday pala sila nag-perform. So,
Kailan
yeah,
to?
nakatak
Anong
sila.
anong year to?
I think
Napanood ko lang yung video eh.
I think it was 2019, I think. 'Yun. Yung pinaka-recent na ano,
sa
UP
UP
Fair.
Fair? Ate,
Kasi
2020 na yun, di ba?
2020 na ba 'yun? Hindi, wala tayong
Hindi,
2020
hindi, hindi,
UP
hindi,
Fair.
hindi.
Wala tayong 2020 UP Fair
Ay, oh
kasi
my God, oo nga.
pandemic. 2019 yung pinaka-recent.
Hala, anong UP Fair pinuntahan mo?
And
Hala, baka kung saan.
Hala,
I remember
grabe.
29 UP Fair 'yun. Ay hindi. Meron ba ng 2020? Kasi
It's
ay
basta
hindi,
it's
I
either
think Kasi may pa-alcohol ba yun? Oh
May
my God, I
pa-alcohol ba?
actually can't
Hindi ako
remember.
nanood. I'm so sad nga eh.
Oo,
Hindi ako nakapanood.
merong 2020 UP Fair kasi at that time, ang dami na may dalang alcohol nun. Tapos chine-check nila. Like, ang daming alcohol na sa
Ah,
mga booths. So, merong ang 2020 UP Fair. And I think, hindi ko maalala kasi inaalala ko kung kailan yung time na pumunta ako ng UP Fair ah, para sa, oh my God, nakalimutan ko. Basta, it's either 2019 or 2020 yun. Yung, kay Ellie Buendia and Itchy Worms. And that's cool kasi ang daming mga magkakilala na nagpe-perform together. Like, yung
Mhm.
sa parokya ni Edgar rin, napanood ko. Parokya ni Edgar, yung pinerform nila yung, what was it? Yung song na kasama si Francis Magalona.
Uh, every
ano,
color,
Hindi,
every
not
hue.
that one. Yung isa yung
bagsakan?
rap, Bagsakan niya. Ang
Bagsakan.
kumanta para sa Bagsakan nila ay si Shanty Dope.
Ooh.
Yeah. Siya yung
Sa
nag-rap.
Damn.
Tuesday to, 'di ba?
Oo.
College.
Siya yung nag-rap para sa part ni Francis Magalona. That was good then.
That
Diyos
was,
ko,
ano,
speaking of
sige.
UP Fair, ang galing ni KG Tandingan. Ang galing ni KG Tandingan. May horns siya sa background. As in like yung instrumentals niya, meron siyang trumpet and all that. Wala lang. Sorry, I just fangirled.
May, may mga cheats naman yung mga ganun, mga cheaters.
Wala,
Joke lang.
wala.
Joke lang, joke lang, joke lang, joke lang.
Diba, ayun nga.
Mga cheaters.
They are part of why music gets better actually. I think.
Mhm.
Mm.
Kasi personally, if without fairs, hindi mo makikita yung mga live performances. Hindi kasi pagdating sa live performance, talagang ina-up ng mga artist yung level sa performances eh. Alam mong iniisip talaga nila kung ano yung magandang gawin. Anong rendition yung pwede natin gawin dito? Anong mix, anong bagong bagay ang pwede natin gawin dito sa music na to. Like before yung naririnig ko yung mga violin, yung cello kasama ng bands katulad ng let's say Silent Sanctuary saka
Mhm.
what was it? Um I can't remember that
Ben and Ben.
American band. Yun,
Yellow card.
but Ben and Ben, yeah, they mix that as well.
Oh,
Tapos,
Ransom Collective. Meron din, 'di ba?
mm,
Mga
it's like
violin.
music evolves through that. Mm.
Right, right. And you can see na music, yung mga festivals, nagiging medyo specific na sila or like it's catering to a specific niche sa market. Like for example, if you go to Route 196, or what do you usually see in those kinds of concerts? Well, actually, it depends din kasi minsan may mga jazz nights, may
Mm.
mga
Like
eh,
a lot of nights are dependent on what people actually play there. Like
oo.
Sa 12 Monkeys bar, I specifically see lineups sa 12 Monkeys bar yung mga pang-inuman talaga na lineups. I say Parokya ni Edgar, I say Mayonnaise, then
Mhm.
we have Itchy Worms, dun sila tumutugtog.
Right, right. Tas ano din, if you look, then it would depend then on the type of place you're going to play in. Like for example, pag Jess and Pats, mas intimate ang ano nyo, ang set
Yeah.
nyo, parang ganon. So we can see na music is very much evolving and it really came to an end or hindi naman end pero it was a big halt or hindrance when the pandemic struck,
Yep.
which sucks. Kasi ang daming
Yeah.
concerts. Alam mo, si Jacob Collier was supposed to go here in Manila.
Yes.
Diba?
I saw that. Oh my God. Tapos na-move ng 2022 and I don't think yung matutuloy siya sa 2022 rin if the pandemic continues. Oh my God.
Ako din,
Oo.
alam niyo, ako din heartbroken ako kasi I was supposed to see Baby Metal last May.
Mm.
They were supposed to come here. May festival sila. Kasama sila sa, I forgot. Pulp Summer Slam.
Yung Pop Summer
Mhm.
Slam. Oh my
Yeah, and I
God.
was gonna be so happy. I was gonna be the happiest man. I was gonna be like, I can die now. Parang ganun. And then, no, I can't die yet. I can't die. I have to live pa. Kasi, to continue. Kasi di pa ako nakapanood. And
Yeah.
they canceled their
Oo.
Ayun
show.
nga.
And I'm so sad.
Ayun nga eh, a lot of foreign bands actually play dito sa atin sa Philippines, and it's wild. Like merong
Mm-mm.
isang top metal band ngayon na
Mm.
ang base nila ay Philippines, Slipknot. Like,
Oh,
That's true though.
'di
Daming
ba?
Slipknot fans
Ang
dito.
daming Slipknot fans dito and also abroad. Ang daming nakikinig sa Slipknot. Kasi dito sila nag-base yung Slipknot.
wow.
And I've only heard them play once, but it was freaking wild. Ang galing nila
Mhm.
mag-perform.
Sobrang well. Especially frontman Corey Taylor? The
Yep.
energy. Oh my goodness. These guys.
Sobrang
Speaking of Slipknot, alam niyo ba yung Tubero?
Oo, alam ko ito pero
Bakit?
Tubero. Yung, kilala niyo yung mga favorite ko yun eh. Favorite ko pakinggan yung mga yun pag pastime. Ano lang, yung keyboardist nila. Yung keyboardist nila, literal na computer keyboard yung ginagamit. Ang ganda eh. Naka-amp pa yun ah. Naka-amp pa yan.
yeah.
So parang what? He uses his like as in computer sa laptop or something?
No, it's
Hindi,
literally a
naka-strap
keyboard.
siya.
Ay,
Naka-strap
keyboard na ano?
na mechanical keyboard, naka-strap sa katawan niya, tapos ginagawa yung
Yo!
ini-slap niya ang ganun, ang ganun.
Well, I know Tubera because of the memes, but I didn't know na ganun pala
Yeah,
solid.
It's like
Anyone who's listening to this that doesn't know Tubero, panoorin niyo yung tower sessions nila. Kasi yun yung definitive Tubero para sa akin eh. And if you can catch them live, that's even better. Tapos meron line-up sila dati with Ben and Ben. Like, kasama sila ng Ben and Ben. I'm like, this is amazing. Sino nag-isip ng magkasama tong dalawang to? They need to get promoted.
Because Ben and Ben is rather wholesome, eh, no?
And then there's Tubero.
Mm.
Animal! Animal!
I mean, it just goes to show how wide the spectrum of music is para sa
Yes.
Mhm.
That's very and it's actually really now that we realize it, and siguro because we are exposed to this and are aware of this, parang mas lalo mong na-appreciate yung industry or yung music ng Philippines, and how bands work and yung culture natin dito, which is great. Ayun.
I think that's everything I can say about bands, except for the fact that a lot of people start bands maybe a little too early or a little bit too late kasi they think that na hindi sila makakapag-boom kapag nagsimula sila ng high school, then once they hit college wala na silang time.
Mhm.
It's all about trying it out, then if you can do it yourselves then just go for it kasi minsan yung leap na yon hindi mo malalaman unless gawin mo talaga.
That's true. Siguro before we end, any advice for people who are aspiring in a band? Ayun. Or like siguro mga inspirational quotes.
Okay, so I think yung best advice para sa bands is to actually be friends first before starting a band.
Oh, that's important.
Kasi a lot of bands start and then they fall off kasi nagkakaroon ng infighting, and that's just sad to hear. But I guess it's just part of life then if you as friends just don't get along with each other anymore. Pero it's really important to have that connection between yourselves sa banda. Kasi yun yung bubuo sa music nyo. Yun yung mag-cultivate ng music nyo. Kasi like yung sa Eraserheads, kung paano sila nag-start, tumugtog lang sila sa Kalay. Dun sila
Right.
nag-start. Sa Kalay lang. Then, from there, naging sobrang boom yung music nila.
That's true. Ayan, thank you for that, Alex. Sean, do you have any advice
Ah,
or parang kahit inspiration, motivation, pep talk, eme?
pep talk sige. Ano lang, when you start, like, if you want to start a band and you do end up starting a band, yung pinaka best friend mo is making sure that you know, like, what everyone likes. Gets you ba?
Mm.
It's like, you don't start a band na yung drummer nyo is tumutugtog ng death metal. Tapos yung vocalist nyo ay kumakanta ng Ariana Grande. Tapos ikaw ay tumutugtog ka ng mga Adam Neely ass bass, It's not gonna work. You have to, unless you're doing some weird prog jazz
I'm
metalcore fusion thing,
I'm
then
not gonna say no to death metal with pop ballads. That sounds cool.
that's true though. Pero yung, you know what? You know what? You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Pero
Tara,
yeah,
tara, 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 tara. Ito, ganito. I'm gonna start a band right now. joke lang, joke lang, joke
pero,
lang, joke
pero
lang, joke
yeah,
lang.
that's actually true. Yeah, you should know what everyone likes. That's true. I agree
Yeah,
with
kasi if the death metal drummer wants to blast beat all day and the Ariana Grande person wants to beat it all day, magkaka problema kayo niyan. Just know that you
Mm-mm.
should start making music that with people who also agree with the music that you make. Para walang problems, hiccups down the road na creative differences, chuchu. Yeah, yun
it.
lang.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, mangyayari yun. Mangyayari siya in the end kasi our tastes change. Like, some of us will eventually become boomers and then we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I miss the days no Justin Bieber singing baby baby baby, oh my gosh. Di kaya, oh, back then BTS Dynamite, di ba? And di ba, it will happen,
Yeah.
trust me. In the
Uh,
future, one day, yung mga tao na yun, like, oh, back in my day it was only BTS and One Direction, and you're gonna be like, what? Well, this was like the exact thing happening sa ano. So,
Mm-mm.
ayun. I mean, it will happen, but at least for now, when you try to make music together, don't try to fight each other.
For me naman, siguro I'll reiterate lang yung know your audience. kasi kasi minsan nakaka-demotivate talaga if you don't know your audience or like your the specific niche you want to cater to kasi sometimes a lot of us would like to want to please everybody, and but that cannot be the case, and it's a very hard pill to swallow, and it was kind of hard for me to accept that as well, na I couldn't please everyone with my music because um sometimes it may be overwhelming to some. Sometimes parang people will say, oh, it's too simple, and like uh you really can't please the whole spectrum. So just know in your heart, in your deep down in your heart, na kung okay na to sa'yo, or kung ang niche mo ay eto lang, for example, the youth, pwede na yun. Na
mm,
parang it's okay not to please everyone. And another thing is, it's okay to doubt yourself. It's natural to doubt yourself in these phases and in
mm,
this journey.
yeah.
Ayon.
Yeah.
Ito din pala, last.
Oh,
If you and your band start writing songs, it's okay that the songs are not perfect.
Yep.
It's okay na
tama.
that you release it in a state that you don't feel is perfect, because if you think you're going to get to perfection, you're never going to release a song.
Song.
You're never going to sing your own songs. You'll be singing like a cover band for the rest of your life. So,
Song.
ayun lang. Just don't try to be perfectionist and you'll be
Songs
great.
can
You'll do
evolve. A
fine.
lot of songs can
Yeah.
evolve
That's true.
actually.
And if
Mm-mm.
you don't like the song after a few years, play it a different way pag live kayo.
Yeah.
Yun lang.
That's it. And yeah, a lot of people are gonna be critics. They're gonna be like, "Oh,
Mm-mm.
this music is such trash."
Yeah.
Ah, alam niyo ba yung video yung sa radio? sa
Mm.
US yata yun eh. It's like sabi niya, "Yo, this is trash. Get off the airways." Tinawag siya sa radio after siya mag-perform or something.
Mm.
Yeah, may tumawag kasi 'di ba like nagfi-fish sila ng mga callers like, "Oh, what do
Oo.
you have to say about that?" And then yung isang caller, "Yo, that's whack. That's trash. Get off
Oh
the
my
airways."
goodness.
So,
A lot of people are gonna be like that. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
yes, but as long as you actually cater to people who listen to you, like a lot of people will listen to you if you just play the way you want to. Kasi, ayan nga, there's a wide spectrum of
Mm-mm.
music is a very wide spectrum and there are a lot of niches. So, kung ikaw yung tutugtog ng parang kagaya sa tubero, may makikinig sa'yo. Kung tutugtog kayo ng parang Ben and Ben or Ariana Grande, if you want that kind of music, may makikinig pa rin sa'yo. It's
That's
like,
true.
you just have to play the way you want, then people will start listening to you.
Yeah, you can't
Mm-mm.
please everyone.
Yeah,
Unless you're
focus
Mijon and
again.
nirelease nyo yung takas. Stream
Wow,
takas!
grabe.
Stream takas! Ayan na, I did it for you. I did it for you.
Thank you. Pero to end everything, ayan, focus on constructive criticism and not the trash talk. Kasi
Mm.
trash talk is just trash talk. It's just there saying, "Oh, you're not good." Ganyan. Constructive criticism is, "Well, you can do this instead of ano, kasi I feel like this can help you."
Mm,
'Di ba?
yeah.
Ayun. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Thank
for saying that, Shawn. hindi na ako
I
kailangan
got you.
mag-self-plug.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, the second episode of Lirikwento. We hope you watch the next episode where we interview somebody. Ooh, who is it kaya?
sino kaya?
Ayan. Sino
Mm.
kaya? Ayan, sige.
Dapat may ano
Ah,
tayo, dapat may hint tayo like
may
may parang Easter egg or
Okay.
something.
The Easter egg is it's gonna be an artist. Yun lang.
Oo.
Whoa!
Wow!
Mag
Controversial!
mag
It's gonna be an artist, but you don't know who it is. Do we even know? Kilala ba natin?
Hindi din we're still scheduling.
Baka mamaya maglabas tayo ng papel dito yan interview natin. Sige.
We're still we're still scheduling which one which person it is pa. Pero kasi madami yan eh. Hindi we're gonna reveal it on the third episode. So watch it na lang, stick around na lang.
Yep.
Ayun.
Stick around.
Naks.
Got you.
Ayun, sige, awkward goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye guys.
Okay.